So in this one, we're going to go over opposition as well as distant opposition and how important opposition is in the endgame when you have kings on the board. The quest for domination between two opposing kings is called the opposition, whereby one king tries to become even stronger than the other. Whoever has the move loses the opposition. As you can see, these three kings aren't able to make any headway at all on one another. And obviously this is a simulated position because there can never just be the kings on the board. Obviously this is a stalemate. But we're just doing this to show how opposition works. Let's say in this position that it's black has the move, which means that white has the opposition. Let's say that they go to king to f6. Black would like to say pass, but obviously he can't. It's his move. And so this gives white a chance to gain some advantage here by going over to d5. Now, the reason that this is that when black comes back to the e7 square, I can take the opposition again by going to e5. Now, I'm trying to advance the king forward to be able to promote my pawn. Let's say there is a pawn on the board. Let's say the pawn was here. We're trying to get it to where this pawn would be able to promote on the 8th square. And so the way we do that is that anytime, no matter which way this king goes, let's say he goes to d7, you are going to advance to the opposite side. And then when the opponent comes back, you just want to keep this one square in between the two of them. This is just basic opposition. Let's show this from a different angle here. Let's say I want to go here to c6, and I'm going to go to king e5. I have successfully penetrated the enemy's position. As you can see, owning the opposition often allows your king to make advances into the enemy territory, which means that when you have a pawn is when it means the most. Obviously, in this one, it's a stalemate. Let's say we go back to the original endgame here that we had from last week. In this initial position, white does have an extra pawn and also possesses the opposition, which means that the kings are facing off with black to move. Sounds great for white, doesn't it? Yet the game is a draw if black stops the white king from being able to penetrate and get in front of the pawn. When your king has to step away from the pawn, just like in last week, you always want to step directly back from the pawn. What this does is that when white tries to come around to either side, you're able to take the opposition from them, which means that they are not able to step in front of the pawn. And so with that being said, they could go a lot of different ways. Let's say they move this guy over here. You just go straight back, and we're back to one of these things again. You want to keep it to where this king is not able to move in front of this pawn. Anytime you have to step away, step straight back from the pawn. Then whichever way this guy goes to try and get in front of it, you step the king right in front of the pawn, or right in front of the king, I'm sorry. You come back, king to d7, king e5, king to e7. What we're going to do here is we're going to do our best to not let white's king step in front of the pawn unless we have no choice. We go pawn d6 check. King goes right back in front of it, king d7. White also does the same, king d5. You come back to king d8. He's going to try and get in front of him. You say, nope, thank you. King to d7. King comes over to d8. And now this is going to be a stalemate. No matter where this king goes, if the king goes here to d6, that's a stalemate because my king cannot escape from any of these squares. And so that is a stalemate. And if the king moves out of the way of the pawn, the protection is no longer there. Now we're in the stalemate. That's a really basic overview of opposition and why in this position you do not want to have the move. Same thing with white. If it's white's to move and they come this way, you're able to penetrate this way. They go this way, and let's say they go to the opposite side. You just want to keep moving him back until you're able to get to about this position. You'll march your pawn forward, and then we'll get into the promotion stuff at a later time. That's the basics of opposition.